Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today I want to share with you about all the itinerary details of my Bali trip. A solo trip, my first solo trip because so worried, scared, intimidated. I think lack of trust in myself. I was like, oh my god, if I'm left out there, I'm gonna be lost. I'm gonna be kidnapped, I'm gonna be murdered somewhere because I'm a bit of a lost case. But I finally decided I'll do it. Yeah, let's get started. So I booked the ticket on a Wednesday afternoon, also because it was more like a last minute booking, so it was slightly higher. So my total cost of flight booking alone was about 300 plus. Also because it was last minute, I didn't have a good seat. So I was sitting next to a gentleman who had a bad breath and I had to take it all in. I was like, okay, when the beginning is already a bit challenging, the rest of the thing I just imagine will be good. So that's how I try to accumulate all the positive things. I actually went to do this solo trip because I was trying to kind of process the grief that I was going through. Every time I come back on the channel, post about some video, it's always a bit traumatic or post-traumatic. I'm gonna start naming this channel Aries Trauma Dump. What? That's what I'm gonna call this channel. The time I arrived, it was very late night already. Then Pasar to Ubud, it's about 2 hours drive. Stay there one night. So I decided I'll just go for a cheaper hotel, get some dinner, get some good rest. And I go in with a fresher, healthier, happier energy. So the first day I went in to check into Amira Ubud. It's a bit secluded. The path to get there is a bit difficult. We got a little lost in between. I don't think the car can go in there. I don't know. I don't know where's my driver. To like longer distance, I used all the Grab car, and short distances I used all Grab bike. Yes, it takes a little bit of courage, a little grit, a little insurance before you get on the bike. But yeah, I was covered by insurance, Scoot insurance. I got to check in. By the room, I'll go sightsee some places around. So I went to the Arjuna Art Market. Hi. So beautiful. It was like a long stretch of market, but not many people around because I guess it's afternoon. Nobody really visits market in the afternoon. So I got to like see it. I felt like a personal tour. I felt like Kendall Jenner at the museum, the Love Museum, because no one's around and she got the whole place to herself. So it kind of felt like that because like not many people around. Half the time for your solo trip, you need to be the Lulu, pretend like the main character. So the entire time it was like eat, love, eat. Eat, love, pray, vibe. And then towards the end of the art market, there was like this resort. They had like this beautiful restaurant and you have like many different kinds of food and drinks and stunning view of like terrace of paddy. But at that time they have harvested all the paddy rice. Am I saying this right? The paddy lah, they have already harvested, so they were all like a bit botak already. I didn't go for all the commercialized places, so I went entirely not very strictly planned. I wanted to go with the flow. I didn't want to stress myself. I don't want to chase time. Fully doing things at my own pace. When you inhale, you can feel the cool breeze, oxygen dense air. You know what I mean? The most incredible tasting tofu salad. And then I went for the sound bath with Oman. I found her on Google and she had really good reviews. So I thought, legit, I went for it and it was nice. We did like a 90-minute session. It was integrated session. She did a little hypnosis for me and also kind of a sound bath. So it was entirely private. I felt safe. I felt good. It was very positive. The energy was really nourishing to my soul and body. At that time I was kind of supposed to see my dad, but I didn't. She did mention it could be like a placebo effect. It's not necessarily like, I don't know, breaking into the spirit world. It's more like for self-closure or something like that. I didn't have much expectation. I think I may have fallen asleep while I was doing the time lapse, but either way, went for the purpose of healing whatever that was like blocking me, because she is professionally trained, which was very educational for me as well. And she has like a really cute little private space, and you have to walk through the sawah with all the rice fields and geese running around. It's so beautiful. I was like so stunned at the way people choose to live life. So the next morning when I woke up, surprisingly, at the verge of waking up, I'm always thinking about my dad. First words that I wake up and say is daddy, dad. Waking up to calling for my dad every morning. So this particular day when I woke up, more like, you know, when you're half asleep, half awake, meditative state, I saw my dad. I didn't see him during the sun bath or the hypnosis, but I saw him when I was the next morning when I woke up. It was very real because I couldn't imagine for the longest time. I couldn't see his face or this reaction. When I saw him, he was doing his joy, happy expression. It made me feel so happy. I really missed you. I hope this doesn't get very emotional. I felt like I'm on a path recovering from the loss that I went through. Making sure whatever I'm experiencing in Bali was suited to my energy level, how I felt, and I made sure I took care of myself, you know what I mean? So after the session I went back and I was like so tired for that day, so hungry, I'm gonna go eat. But luckily Amira had like a nice little restaurant. They served Japanese food, so I went to have some nice little dinner by myself. Every step of the way I was like, I tried not to be in my head too much. I was just like trying to be present as much as I could. Lucky for me, I read this book called Power of Now, so it allowed me to appreciate that now more than ever. I went back to my room and they have like a nice little bathtub. Check out my room. In the bathtub, it's already at night, so you can't really see. I filled it up with hot water. I got myself some drinks, and I discovered that drinking cold water in a hot tub feels like magic. It was so good. It was so good. So these are the little discoveries you get to experience while you're traveling by yourself. Is it even worth it to go there, travel by myself? I'm already alone here. That's what was in my mind the whole time. It did feel different. I thought it was gonna be a little sad, but no, it was very, very enjoyable, honestly.
The next day,
I've already booked this Melukat. Melukat is a purification ritual in the Balinese Hindu way in Ubud. They have like so many temples. They have that natural spring waterfalls. So in one of the many waterfalls, there's a temple. This is the Tripula temple. So I booked them through TripAdvisor. They drove me to this temple. It was like half an hour drive or like 20 minutes drive. And then once we reached there, they provided all these traditional outfits to go to the temple, and she also provided all the offering, the prayers lah. So spiritually fulfilling, you know what I mean? They say prayer in Sanskrit, so it's very close to home to me, and I could like recite with them for all the prayers. During the prayer, it was very like guided, and it was very informative and also very, very clear and engaging. We did prayer for the sun, the water, the air, and then like we have to let go of whatever that we want to let go, and forgiving ourselves. It took more or less an hour. The package for this Melukat I took from TripAdvisor. It comes with spa and a yoga session. So it was a whole day thing. After we got changed, we were brought to this luxury resort. So nice. I was like, oh my god, next time I come to Ubud, this is where I want to stay. It was so nice. The first thing we did was a yoga session. It was very relaxing. So after the session, they gave us some lunch, and we can choose whatever the lunch from the menu. They went for my spa session. So when I went for my spa session, oh my god, they had one of the most stunning outside-inside space for a massage room.
Spa session with the tropical jungle view.
The only thing which wasn't amazing is for the aesthetics, yes, the view was stunning and all that, the room was nice, but it didn't really feel the best because of the humidity that came with the view. I also added on a facial, but let me tell you, the mask that was supposed to peel off wasn't like peeling off neatly, so it was messy. I didn't really like the facial. But yeah, once that was done, my driver waited for me throughout like extra hours and he drove me back, and I did so many massages during this whole time. I was like, I'm never gonna get a massage again. I'm so done with it. I never thought I'd be so done with massages. At night, I was recommended to go for this Ubud bistro, which was like a French restaurant. So it was very nice. And the food, it didn't cost me so much. It was about 400k rupiah. Oh my god, but the food was stunning. I don't know why. Bali was colder and more hyper-oxygenated, oxygen on steroid kind of feeling, because dense greenery around, so the oxygen level was like really high, and it was very cold at night, so I had to wear like a hoodie on top of my outfit. I took a moment to reflect, and I jot down in my journal about my experience, how I'm feeling. Journaling sometimes can help replace a person. When you feel like you need to talk to someone, it can actually replace that. So I think if you're solo traveling, journaling is quite helpful. For the night to just settle in. If you're wondering why my hair is suddenly curly, it's because my phone battery died, and then I waited and waited. I was like, I don't know what to do, so I started curling my hair. So here we are, rebooting with a curly hair. Anyways, the final day, decided that I will go somewhere closer to the airport before I head back home, because I didn't want to miss the flight. It's an early morning flight. It was also a very good decision. I booked a room very near to the Denpasar, like it was a 3 minutes drive. When I went from Ubud to Denpasar, it was like a 2-hour drive. So this is like my third day there in Ubud. So I had my breakfast, welcome massage. The massage here was like really good. After that, I booked a Grab. We had like a 2-hour drive all the way to Kuta. I wasn't expecting so much. It was just a $160 room. It was a huge room, executive room, I think. What do you call the bigger rooms? The room was stunning. It was huge. It was like a dream. I got a little energy, so what I did was like I quickly changed to my sundress. I knew there's a beach nearby, and I don't know what. Receptionist said that the beach was like 10 minutes walk or like 5 minutes walk to the beach. It was like so far out, and then the sun was setting, so I got to see this beautiful sunset. Sun set out even after the sun already set. The sun is no more out there, but the sky kept getting more and more beautiful. I don't know, the sunset in Bali just hits different, not gonna lie, because like it's humongous. It just stretches out so big. Like I've never been to a beach that is like so big, like so big. And I was like running around like a kid. And then I went for dinner. Fire dance. It was so nice to see. Very artistic, very pro, to the market nearby. And I went shopping. And the prices weren't that cheap, okay? They are quite pricey in the malls. But I did buy a crystal. Rose quartz and carnelian. They were two different sets, but I had to like combine them. So it seems that this combination is very powerful to like attract genuine love into your life. Helps with your daily motivation, gives you energy. I'm planning to wear this with whatever jewelry sets I'm wearing. It's possibly the placebo effect, but I'm happy. It's all that matters. All these many little shops where there were like a lot of people queuing up to like offering massages. I went ahead and tried this massage, and it was only like, it was very cheap. It was like $10. And then while I was at it, I saw that they have like hair braiding services. I was like asking, and then I feel like I got scammed a little bit with the hair braiding part. And then the next morning, I had the breakfast, and then I went to the airport. I was a bit early because the drive was 3 minutes away. And some of you have asked some questions. I decided to answer some of them. Number one, always wanted to go on a solo trip but never had the courage. Any advice for me? I'm gonna quote Nike here, just do it. I felt the same for the longest time, until one day I was like, I'm gonna keep having this thought of doing this solo trip for the rest of my life until I do it, right? Like, so I actually just booked one time. The moment you book the flight, everything else follows through, period. Is it safe to travel alone? I think Bali is safe, and there are a lot of female travelers that you will encounter during your trip. So yeah, Bali is a great place to start, and slowly you can explore other places. Important apps to download and use: Google Maps for sure, Grab, Booking.com, TripAdvisor, Gmail. I mean, these are the basic things, but you only need basic. How I managed to do filming and photos. Everywhere I see got space to put my phone. of my camera. I just put it there and then I walk across it, like, because I'm so used to filming and taking pictures, so I do most part of the filming. And for the pictures, whoever, like, I see a waitress or like someone attending to me, my tour guide was taking some of my pictures in my videos, just ask. People do it willingly and don't overthink it. Just ask. Why suddenly I go for a solo trip? Following my father's recent passing, since he always advised me to like take a break, go for a holiday, blah blah blah, so I decided maybe I should try to go on a solo trip this time, because waiting on people will only make me wait longer, because like people have their own ideas about trips. Some people want to go for a drink, some people want to do hiking, this and that. I wanted to just relax, and I can't wait for someone to want to relax to go to my trip, so I decided I'll just go by myself and relax. That was the whole idea. This was the first solo trip. How did you feel? Honestly, I was very scared in the beginning. Overthinking it, doing a lot of calculation from here to there. It's good to have the balance, know when to stop overthinking. The best thing you can do for yourself, learn to do, is enjoy your own company, your own energy. I'm so grateful I got to experience that. A lot of us are out here and we're not even able to have some time alone. I also gained a sense of trust in myself. I gained some self-confidence. I want to go on a solo trip, but I don't know where to start. Maybe you can start with what you actually like doing when you're alone. Do you like going to the beach, being in the jungle, the snowy place, and exploring food and things to do out there in the world? Start with what you like doing and then go to the place that offers the best of experience of what you like doing. How was the healing experience? How did it impact you? This was much needed. It repaired the relationship I had with, especially with my husband, because I think during the time when I lost my dad, I don't know, you go through so many emotions. Like, I was trying to make a problem out of nothing. I could only realize and process all this when I was spending some time alone. Nothing to disturb my thinking process. This is life, it's short. Now is the only time you have. Get back the time you have with your loved ones. There's no point in being resentful towards anybody, holding grudge. I kind of felt like I was unnecessarily mad about certain things, and I could only process it during the time I gifted myself to heal. I was able to be more forgiving, to be more kind. The moment you start being kind to yourself is when you can be kind to others. You can't pour from an empty cup. Heading back to Singapore after that solo trip really gave me a sense of peace and felt a little lighter, knowing that my dad would have been so proud of me for taking this step. It felt like my dad was with me through it all, that it went really smoothly and I felt safe. That's about it. Follow me for more content, I guess. Hopefully not when the next traumatic thing happens. So yeah, like and subscribe, or you don't.